Pilot and Demonstration Phase Steam System, or simply the Pilot Steam Project, is the name given to the project aiming at sensitizing the Mauritian private sector on energy efficiency. Conducted throughout the year 2013 and the first months of 2014, this project is mainly the result of the Mauritius Reunion Cooperation.
I'm a young engineer from Reunion Island, commissioned in Mauritius as part of the voluntary International Solidarity for Partners, l'Association pour le développement industriel de la Réunion, and the Association of Mauritian Manufacturers in order to strengthen cooperation between the two islands. This program is financed by France Volunteer, Région Réunion, and the European Union. My goal is to integrate the energy efficiency concept in the industrial sector of Mauritius.
It all begins with the selection of a consultant specializing in the audit of various systems, such as production, distribution, and steam use. At the same time, the need to choose the beneficiaries of this grouped audit is a must. The supervision of the project continues during the 4 phases of the audit. The first phase being the presentation of the methodology to the 8 selected industrial firms.
The objective of the second phase is to make an instrumented audit from the production process to the distribution process to the final user. This audit is supported by a measurement campaign where we take the measurements of water temperature, temperature of smoke, measurements of the flow metric, that is, the flow which the water enters the boiler, combustion analysis, to verify whether the performance of the burner is correct, and finally that consumption is in line with the steam consumption. Then we analyze and compare all these data in order to set up an action plan for energy efficiency.
The third phase is a complete theoretical group training on steam. It is followed by an individualized practical training, and the audit report is used as a pedagogical tool. The consultant Barreau Recherche then explains to the management of each business unit the required action plan to reduce steam-related expenses.
The fourth and final step is to revisit the plant after 6 months. Normally, recommendations have been put in place, so we come to check and to validate the actions implemented. We eventually check the forecast potential is attained. We assist in any project that the industrial could have and in the revision of any quotation. We also verify for the last time whether the burners and combustion analysis made at any given time are still appropriate, whether there is a need to do another soot blowing or to reiterate the burner's adjustment. This last phase is to make a technical support after the mission performed. At the end, we spend 1 week on each site to complete the steam audit.
From that week spent on each site, during almost 1 year, it is now time to see the feedback of those engaged, as well as their activities and their motivations.
LFL is a company specialized in the manufacturing of animal feed. We use steam to condition our dry products such as ground corn, ground soya, and finally obtain granules for different animals. In the past, we had different audits that were not proficient. And when we were approached by the AMM for the steam audit to be performed by Barreau Recherche, we were immediately interested in this proposal. Because it was the first time a foreign company would come to make a steam audit at LFL. Following this audit, we obtained very specific recommendations, with figures as support, showing the percentage of savings achievable due to the specific actions mentioned in the report. One action taken due to this report is the readjustment of our burners by a local company. We also insulated our circuits and made a monitoring system that would allow the follow-up of the saving of energy.
Adjustment of the boiler's burner is an important issue. The optimization of combustion enables significant gains. It has been demonstrated in all companies audited, for example, Margarine Industries.
We use steam to convert raw materials from solid to liquid state. Then we will prepare industrial and consumer-based margarines as well as shortening. In the short term, we have tried to make some adjustments so that our boilers can become efficient. We have 2 boilers. The first decision we made after conducting an audit is to stop using the big one. Instead, we use the small one on a full-time basis as to make savings. Second step is to start implementing measures so that we can have the adequate data to analyze. In the future, when we will have to renew our boilers, we will shift from the steam boiler to a hot water system.
In the seafood hub of IBL, results are rapidly perceived through the implementation of the recommendations.
Tournai Mascarenhs is a fish canning factory. Steam is used in the traps to cook the fish, and then used once again for sterilizing fish pouches. The plant exists since 2005. Additional equipment were causing some trouble of the steam distribution. When the opportunity presented itself, we did not hesitate to accept the offer of the Association of Mauritian Manufacturers to participate in the steam audit. This audit revealed a problem with our piping design, dated since its conception. This audit recommended the installation of a manifold in the circuit, which we did it a few weeks ago. The instrumented audit revealed losses through pipelines, and in some cases the pipes lacked insulation, which we fixed. In addition, instead of a boiler blown down drain, the surface drain was recommended. We put all these into practice last year. What remains now is to complete the installation of the new pipe to evacuate the steam directly.
At the slaughterhouse of Inodis at Beauclima, satisfaction is on board.
To transform 22,000 fowls each day, we used vapor for scalding and processing of the chicken meal. As a member of AMM, we decided to participate in this project. This audit is very important for us because of the cost of steam in our production is about 15 to 20%. From this audit, we made a medium and long-term action plan. In short term, we adjusted the burners to optimize fuel and the condensate return. For the medium term, it was decided to replace the damaged pipes and redo the thermal installation. For the long term, we will review the distribution of steam in all units. Consultants sent by AFD have been very beneficial for our company. They have found things that we have not even noticed, and the training given to our technicians is very useful.
The energy audit also proves to be very useful for one of the main water and soft drink bottlers of the country.
Steam is used to sterilize glass bottles, to make iced tea, pressurization, and also to make syrups for production of sodas. We participated in the pilot system project to get an overview of our system, our strengths and our weaknesses. As our system is old, it is important to get an overview of our performance in order to be able to improve. The audit reported that our systems are not very efficient in terms of steam use. The distribution networks are not very reliable. There are a lot of weaknesses that prevent us from being optimal. To improve our system, we are planning to change the pipelines in order to have a more effective distribution, to recover possible condensates, to automate manual valves, and to make small adjustments recommended by Barreau Recherche.
The pilot steam project provides manufacturers the opportunity to deepen the process of fuel saving and to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The proof is made by TNT, producer of the famous Apollo noodles.
As we manufacture instant noodles, we need steam to pre-cook them. Since 3 years, we are in an energy audit to reduce our carbon footprint. This steam audit allows us to have more solid data and therefore take more appropriate measures in order to better our fuel consumption. Now, after the steam audit, the controls of our boilers are more stringent. We take great care about our burners, setting in orders to maintain their efficiency. In the future, we expect to install a manifold to secure steam distribution.
Securing steam distribution is first of all through pipes installation. Audits reveal potential gains which are much more significant than what expected before measurements. This leads manufacturers to be more demanding with their subcontractors and suppliers.
Morillet is a manufacturer of dairy products. We use steam for all our heat treatments of our products, that is, for pasteurization and sterilization. Steam is manufactured through LPG. What the audit has brought to us are the consciousness of our bad practices and the weaknesses of our installations. Not only for steam production, but also for steam distribution. Concerning steam traps, they were improperly installed, of poor quality, and some had even poor maintenance. We had a steam meter which was not reliable, which gave us the bad data, and also the burners were wrongly tuned. Following the audit, we began to replace the traps by reliable one recommended by Barreau Recherche. Furthermore, we installed a new steam meter that allows us to take surveys for analysis. We also started to adjust the burners, and now we are rebuilding poor or inexistent insulation. In fact, all the steam networks need to be verified.
Convinced by both its technical aspect and its training component, the managers of the companies participating in the pilot and demonstration steam system project are now the ambassadors for energy efficiency. With the mission, convince the other companies so that the second phase of this program starts without delay. 100 other companies should be concerned.
The company Meader's Feed produces animal feed. We use steam to pre-cook our food in order to increase efficiency. We decided to participate in the pilot steam project to reduce our oil consumption and also to reduce the impact of our activities on the environment. The steam audit organized by Barreau Recherche has put in evidence our weaknesses. The burners adjustments, the heat insulation and the measurements of fuel, oil and steam. We plan to implement the Barreau Recherche recommendations over a year and achieve approximately 20% savings.
20% of saving is roughly the average of gains expected by the 8 companies of the agribusiness industry engaged in the pilot steam project. At its startup, the sum of their energy bills reached 120 million rupees, corresponding to 3 million euros per year. The annual energy savings revealed by the steam audits are 25% on average. That is for the 8 plants about 30 million rupees, some 750,000 euros, provided that investments for a value of 12 million rupees, that is 300,000 euros, are launched. And that is exactly what the industrials have decided to do. And you, what's your stance on energy efficiency? For or against?